This is why we're saying everybody's complicit. Come on, Carlos.
Just a minute. Look at the previous 5 or 6 slides. Is this not SAR?
Yes.
Is this not SAR?
I encourage you to take my offer to have this agenda and give you another opportunity.
We're here today. We're here today.
Like you were doing at the other meeting. Go watch.
Keep going,
This is
Hamid.
what happens when people are exposed and busted. So that's
Right.
that for a little time. Just wanted you to show that how it fits into the larger architecture of surveillance. This is how information is gathered, and the person
This
from the
is
Inspector
crazy.
General's office just shared that with you, that how information
actually tried to
is
shut him
open, a file is then sent to the Major Crimes Division, from where an assessment is made, and that assessment is sent to the Joint Regional Intelligence Center or Fusion Center, where from there it is uploaded into the information sharing environment in the Fusion Center, and from there it is then shared with 18,000 local law enforcement agencies, with private contractors, with every federal agency. The Government Accountability Office released a report in March 2013 that 300 Department of Defense entities gathered information from this over years, and there's a whole realm of private contractors that have access to this information as well. So now a mere act of taking a photograph, your whole being is being circulated around the world in the cyberspace. Am I sticking with the SAR program?
Yes.
This is what the fusion centers are. They basically collect information. There's about 85 fusion centers or so around the country. The one in Norwalk is one of the largest fusion centers. And when the SAR has been uploaded in the fusion center, it is sent. And one of the things that came out of the Government Accountability Office was that in the report, that even if a SAR is unfounded by the fusion center, the FBI still gets to keep it for 30 years. So just follow the pattern.
Wow.
Just follow the pattern. And this is all in the Government Accountability Office. This has all been documented. So it's not just the unfounded of the department. The fusion center also declares them unfounded as well. And we also have some documents from LAPD itself that out of the SARs that LAPD, about 2,600 they had sent in 2011 or so, and continuing to send them, only 64 were founded by the Fusion Center to begin with. So now all these names are being gathered and going into these secret files, and we'll get to Chief Beck's comment as to when he says that we're not secret. So in essence, everyone is a suspect. This is what this thing says. Now, what are the community concerns? And I'll get to the audits after this. That it creates a culture of fear and suspicion. Because the messaging that is going out is that there's an other around you who's dangerous, who's suspicious, and even if the other is engaging in a constitutionally protected activity, keep an eye on them, because they may be able to thinking of pre-operational surveillance that it may reasonably indicate to you. It basically reinforces social biases. You spoke about racial profiling. You spoke about the numbers. He talked about December attacks. We'll go back to 2013 and 2015 audits as well and see what kind of attacks led to racial profiling in that. Because there's a whole history behind it. Of course, it invades privacy. But for us, privacy obviously is the domain of the very privileged as well, because many of our communities have never had privacy. Our bodies are bared. So privacy is an important issue, but it's really fundamentally a civil and a human rights issue. This is what the U.S. Senate had to say about a Fusion Center intelligence gathering. This is a report that was released in October of 2010. This is something that the Fusion Center came back, and I would like to point out to this report as well. This is the Center's Fusion Center report, and if you look at this Fusion Center report, and you don't have to go very far. If you look at basically just the table of contents, it says reporting of the Fusion Center was often flawed, unrelated to terrorism, it was often outdated, duplicative, informative, and the DHS intelligence reporting options. So now remember that this information is going to Fusion Centers from SARS and other information that has been collected by the LAPD and several other law enforcement agencies. So this is what the U.S. Senate Special Subcommittee under the leadership of Carl Levin and Tom Coburn had to say. Tom Coburn has since retired. He was a senator from Oklahoma. Carl Levin was from Michigan. So going back to SARS, this is what the U.S.